Long ago, before kingdoms rose across the lands of East Africa, before great kings ruled the hills, valleys, and lakes, the people lived in fear. The rivers were drying. The crops were dying beneath the burning sun. And war spread from village to village like wildfire carried by the wind. In those difficult days, the people of the hills gathered beneath giant fig trees, praying for rain, praying for peace, praying for hope. Children cried from hunger. Cattle collapsed from thirst. And many believed the spirits had abandoned the land forever. But deep inside the forest lived an old seer named Mzee Kato. A wise elder with a long white beard and eyes that seemed to see beyond the world of ordinary men. One night, as thunder echoed in the distant hills, Mzee Kato sat beside his sacred fire. The flames suddenly began to dance strangely. The wind grew stronger. And in the fire, he saw a vision. He saw mysterious riders emerging from thick mist. Tall warriors carrying shining spears. Massive long-horned cattle walking silently through the fog. And beside them walked a beautiful woman dressed in white bark cloth, singing softly beside the waters of a great lake. The old man trembled. "The Bachwezi are coming," he whispered. Days later, the people heard cattle bells echoing through the valley at sunrise. At first, no one understood what they were hearing. But then the mist began to move. And slowly, figures emerged from the fog. The villagers watched in fear as giant ankle cattle appeared from the white mist, followed by warriors carrying spears and shields. At the center stood a tall prince wearing leopard skin and copper bracelets. His name was Prince Ndahura. Beside him walked a mysterious healer named Nyinamwiru. The strangers stopped at the edge of the village. Chief Rumyagabe stepped forward angrily with his spear raised high. "Who enters our land?" he demanded. The tall prince remained calm. "We come in peace," Ndahura answered. But the villagers did not trust strangers. Not during a time of hunger and war. Fear spread quickly through the crowd. Yet before anyone could attack, a woman cried out from the back of the village. Her child was sick, barely breathing. The mysterious healer Nyinamwiru slowly stepped forward. She knelt beside the child and crushed herbs into a wooden bowl while softly singing an ancient song carried by the wind itself. The villagers watched silently. Moments later, the child opened his eyes. The mother burst into tears of joy. Fear turned into shock. And shock slowly. Still, not everyone trusted the strangers. That very night, enemy raiders attacked the village under darkness. Torches filled the air. War cries echoed across the valley. The people ran in panic and spears clashed beneath the moonlight. But Prince Ndahura and his warriors fought bravely beside the villagers. He defended the weak, protected the children, and drove the raiders back into the darkness. For the first time in many years, the people saw true courage. But even after the battle, the drought remained. The rivers were still empty. The farms still dry. One evening, Prince Ndahura climbed a sacred hill overlooking the valley. Young Kintu, a curious village boy, secretly followed him. At the top of the hill, Ndahura planted his ebony spear into the ground and raised his hands toward the sky. "Great Creator," he called. "Hear your children. Bring life back to this land." Suddenly, thunder roared across the heavens. Dark clouds gathered above the hills. The wind became powerful. And then, rain began to fall. At first softly. Then harder. And harder still. The people danced beneath the rain with tears in their eyes. Children laughed once more. Cattle drank from flowing rivers. And green life slowly returned to the land. From that day forward, the strangers became known as the Bachwezi, the Blessed Ones. Under their leadership, peace spread across the valleys. Roads connected villages. Trade flourished. Blacksmiths forged tools stronger than ever before. And the people prospered together. Stories of the Bachwezi traveled far across East Africa. Some believed they were ordinary humans blessed by wisdom. Others believed they were spirits sent by Katonda himself. But the Bachwezi carried a secret. One night beside the waters of Lake Victoria, Nyinamwiru spoke quietly to Prince Ndahura. "The spirits are calling us home," she said softly. Ndahura looked toward the peaceful kingdom they had built. "Our people still need us," he replied. But Nyinamwiru shook her head gently. "No kingdom lasts forever," she whispered. "Even legends must one day become memories." Then one mysterious morning, the people awoke to silence. The cattle bells were gone. The warriors had disappeared. And the Bachwezi were nowhere to be found. Only footprints remained leading toward the sacred hills, before disappearing into the mist forever. Some believed the Bachwezi returned to the spirit world. Others believed they still walk secretly among the people, watching over the land they once united. And even today, when the mist rolls across the hills of East Africa at sunrise, some elders say they can still hear distant cattle bells echoing through the wind. The sound of the Bachwezi.